Hi, this is Chris with Rainforest Chica, and I'm going to talk on this video about my other products besides my butters and oils. I'm not gonna go deep into the properties because otherwise this video is gonna be a 2-hour video. It's just more about like the looks and texture and scents. I sell Brazilian clays. I sell 7 colors now. Sometimes I carry like the dark gray clay. My clays are pure. They have nothing added to them. So they do change colors depending on the season. Contact me. I've had a green. This is my green now. I've had a green that was like very light. I've had like my last pink was pretty much like kind of almost, I don't know, it was darker. My red is like super red, this batch. The gray, the black, and yellow. They can be used for soaping. The people like the rule of thumb is usually like 1 teaspoon per pound of fats. They can be used for soaping. They can be used. They're awesome for masks, skin and hair masks, and they're awesome for. They're really good for scrubs too. So these are the clays. My products come like in little pouches, like the sealed and resealable pouches, because I figure like I did some research and this is like cause the least impact on the environment. Yes, it's plastics, it's still bad, but at least it's not. I mean, jars are cuter, and sometimes a lot of people go like, "Oh, Chris, I wish you sold in jars," but that's how I sell. You can always transfer to your own jar, okay? This one here is black tourmaline. Tourmaline is a semi-precious stone, and this is a crushed black tourmaline. Black tourmaline can also be used for masks. It can be used for scrubs and for soaping. People who are into the spiritual, who are more spiritual, also use to attract like good energy. But they're like, just do a little research. Tourmaline for cosmetic care. I have a couple of links on my site for black tourmaline. So black tourmaline. This is jambu. Jambu is also called, like in the United States, is the toothpick plant. Jambu in Brazil is being here everywhere actually. It's being used. It's a plant that kind of like it's edible too. I don't sell for edible purpose. I sell for cosmetic purpose, but it causes like a tingly sensation in your tongue when you eat it, and it's kind of like they say it helps. It's kind of natural Botox. Okay, it helps relax your muscles, so the appearance of like wrinkles disappear. I mean, diminish at least. So how can you use it? You can use for soaps too. It's gonna be like a little mask soap. It's gonna be like a very rustic soap, but it's fun. You can infuse it. You can infuse with like carrier oil. You can infuse with alcohol. You can do a mask. You can do a scrub. It's very light. It's like very fine too, feels very light. So that's jambu. Let's go to my resins. This is dragon's blood, sangre de drago. In Spanish, it's so pretty. I sell this resin in liquid form, like the way it comes out of like the plant. But like this is a granulated form. I still haven't like really figured out like how to use it. You can always research online, like the granulated dragon's blood use. What I've done so far, I have used my old food processor, like powdered it and used to color soaps. I have infused it with vodka, actually good vodka, and I haven't used the infusion yet, but it is it's hard. This is like, it's still like what comes from inside, but granulated, dried. This, oh gosh, I can't even like start. This is called Bronco. This is a resin, is a sap of a plant. As soon as you open the plant, it's ethically harvested. It does not kill the plant. I only get from people who do not kill the plant. By now, people know that if they kill the plant, if they kill the tree, they're gonna have to replant it. But if they treat the tree with like care, if they just harvest like twice a year, then the tree is gonna live forever. Not forever, but it's gonna live a long life. So this smells so good. There is out there the essential oil for Barão Branco. The smell is delicious. So how do you use it? You can do infusions. Oh, sometimes my English. You can crush it and use also for masks. You can use for masks, scrubs, and like I've using soaps too. The smell, like if you add like after, like, you know, like a tracing, the scent of it does stay there. The scent's delicious. It's called Breu Branco. Oh, let me get this. Okay, so this Breu Branco. That's Breu Branco. And let me get the, what is it? My dragon's blood. I can't find my dragon's blood. But dragon's blood, who can forget that name? So this, that's cocoa powder. Okay, organic, no unsweetened, of course, all pure cocoa powder. Cocoa powder can be used for masks and scrubs and to color soap. This soap will smell like chocolate. It's delicious. This is guarana. Guarana or guarana. Guarana is a powder from is a berry in Brazil. We powder the seed. It has 5 times more caffeine than coffee, so it can be used for scrubs. It can be used for masks. It can be used in soaps. But the caffeine, like just research caffeine in skincare, in cosmetic skincare. I love my my guarana soap, and I do for my legs and my butt. To keep that like Brazilian butt, I do masks with guarana. Lots of caffeine, so if you're pregnant or if like now sensitive to caffeine, do not use it. These two are bio scrubs. What are they? So now in the Amazon, you're trying to use everything, like, you know, to like not throw anything like away, like, you know. So this is jandiroba. It's a dry extract. These are what's left of after you make the oil. You dry the seed, whatever is left after, like, you know, you use the seed to make the oil. These are the powder made of that. They do remain the properties still remain a little bit, but we still like doing a research of how much of the properties remain. I know that jandiroba, it's a lot because people in the Amazon, they use this dry extract to make candles for insect repellent candles. I love it for masks. I do masks and the scrubs, and I've using soaps too. The soap comes out, look, it's a powder, not quite a light powder, not quite like a very small. Doesn't dissolve. It you know, like doesn't dissolve. So your soap is gonna be very rustic looking, but I've done it, and the scrubbing properties are really. It's a very light, like light scrub. And this one is my new one, the acai seed dry scrub. So acai berry is bringing like so much money into like very poor populations in the Amazon forest, in quite a few countries, which makes people more likely to not destroy the forest. They just harvest the acai, the seeds. So acai, they eat acai, and they can make the oil from acai, and now like from the rest, like the seed, like the rest, because when you make plants, when you make a jewelry from acai, the acai seeds, the seed has to be perfect. But after you make the oil, the acai is kind of crushed anyway. So they're drying, and they powder it, and it's very similar. It's a little bit darker. Can you tell? It's a little bit darker than the jandiroba bio scrub. It's the same texture, you know. It's like dried seeds. Think of that. But I like the jandiroba like scent better. But for like for anti-aging and for like any kind of like mask and purpose that I would use acai oil, I would use the acai seed that I extract. So I sell Brazilian clays, the jambu, the two fake plant, in tourmaline, black tourmaline, dragon's blood. Dragon's blood comes from Peru, not from Brazil. So we travel a little bit, like we decide to go a little bit west. Breu Branco, that's the guarana, cocoa. The guarana is a little bit like, it doesn't dissolve like cocoa. Like cocoa powder dissolves like better than guarana. So if you're just going to use for coloring, and I would go with like a cocoa powder because the smell is delicious and the color is beautiful. But guarana has like the caffeine. And these are like the bio scrubs, okay? It's not very well known, not very well used, but I think soon they're gonna be like big things in the cosmetic market. So this is the acai seed dry extract bio scrub, and this was anjiroba, and soon I'm gonna have buriti and a couple of other things too. Anyways, this video is like 10-minute long video. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, like text me 954-274-2032. You can WhatsApp me if you're outside the country, or send me like a message or email me. I'm Chris, and this is rainforestchica.com.